Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a super easy and delicious, flaky, layered Turkish flatbread called Katmer. Let's get right to the recipe, shall we? First, in a mixing bowl, we'll need about 4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then, we'll add 1 cup of lukewarm water, mixing slowly as we bring the dough together. Let's start kneading. Add the water gradually, little by little as you need. Keep going. It's really important to add the water gradually. The amount of water you need might vary depending on the flour, so add it carefully. After kneading the dough in the bowl for a bit, I'm moving it to the counter to continue kneading. Yep. In total, I used about 1 cups of water. So, after gathering the dough in the bowl, I'm kneading it on the counter. The better you knead the dough for recipes like this, the better the results will be. You can also use this dough to make flatbread, gerslim, or burek. After kneading the dough on the counter for 4–5 minutes, I shaped it into a ball. I sped up some parts so the video wouldn't be too long. I let the dough rest like this for about half an hour. Now, I'm taking the rested dough out of the bag, shaping it into a round, and dividing it into portions. I divided the dough into 6 equal pieces and got 5 dough balls. You can adjust the size depending on the size of your pan. The pan I'm using is about 14 inches in diameter. After preparing the dough balls, I'm covering them so they'll be easier to roll out. I'm letting them rest for about 10 minutes. My dough balls have rested. Now I'm quickly moving on to the rolling process. I generously floured the top and bottom. I'll just roll out one of the dough balls. If you want, you can start by using a rolling pin, then continue by hand. It's up to you. Once the dough is big enough, I'm brushing it with my oil mixture. For the oil mixture, I melted about 5 ounces of butter, then added about 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and mixed it together. That's what I'm using. Make sure the oil you use is slightly warm. Don't use it hot or cold. I've rolled the dough enough. Now I'm brushing it with my oil mixture. Then, using a pastry cutter, I'm cutting it as you can see. If you're watching this far into the video, as always, I'd really appreciate it if you left a comment with a heart, an emoji, or if you have any thoughts about the recipe, feel free to share them with me. Also, you can support me by sharing my videos with people you think might enjoy them. Thanks. I've oiled the dough. Using the pastry cutter, I'm first drawing a circle in the middle. Then I'm cutting it like this from the edges. I'm placing the dough like this. I put very little oil on some parts, but you don't have to add oil. I gathered the dough on top of the circle I cut. Then, as you can see in the video, I'm shaping it into a circle. Now I want to show you a different way to make katmer. I open the dough. I'm adding oil. If you don't want to bother with the pastry cutter, you can prepare it this way too. Also, you can find many more katmer recipes on my channel. You can also find recipes like stuffed meatballs, keet and katmer, which I've made and sold for years. On my channel, you can try my recipes with peace of mind. I don't post any recipes on my channel that I don't like or haven't tested many times. After applying oil, I'm folding it like this. I'm adding a little more oil again. After oiling, I fold it and roll it up. Then I press down on it and shape it into a circle. Make sure the oil touches all the layers. In my videos, I try to give as many tips and tricks as possible for the recipes I make. But if you still have any questions, if you write them in the comments, I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. Also, I'll add the full ingredient list to the description box below the video. As a note, you can check it out there if you like. After the solid oil inside the katmer has completely hardened, I roll it out with a rolling pin, according to the size of the pan. You don't need to roll it out too big. I'll show you up close in a few minutes how layered it is. It really separates strand by strand like phyllo dough. I'm stretching it a bit with my hands and smoothing it out with a rolling pin. Meanwhile, I've put my pan on the stove. After heating the pan, I'm adding a little vegetable oil. I'm cooking my katmer in a controlled way. You need to adjust the heat according to the katmer as you cook it. If you see that it's not puffing up, turn up the heat a little so it starts to puff up. Once it starts to puff up, reduce the heat so it browns nicely. And so it cooks well, because air is also getting inside. If the katmer you're making isn't strand by strand and layered, you must not be using enough oil. That's it. When you use the oil too hot, it also becomes less. When it hardens, since there's not enough oil, the layers don't separate individually. The layers merge after a certain point. You must use the oil warm, in a spreadable consistency. I'm flipping and cooking my katmer. By the way, I'm using the largest burner on my stove. I'm turning it down and up every so often. I'm adjusting it completely according to the katmer I'm cooking. You can add a little vegetable oil from time to time as the surface browns. If you like, you can prepare this recipe in the evening and continue from where you left off. In the morning, take the dough from the part where we gathered it and put it in a suitable glass container, covering it with plastic wrap. Cover it. In the morning, roll it out a little with a rolling pin according to the size of your pan. And cook it. I cooked my katmer. Now I'm going to do a texture test for you. It's really incredibly delicious, layer by layer, strand by strand. I also want to let you hear the crispiness. It's a crispy and incredibly delicious katmer. You can trust me and try the recipe. When you follow the recipe exactly, you can get the same result. If you liked my video, please give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe after this video. Please don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Take good care of yourself and your loved ones. See you in another recipe, another flavor. Goodbye. God bless you.